We're joined now by Fresno State Special Teams Coordinator John Baxter. Coach, first take me through how you're feeling being back for yet another season here with the Bulldogs.
You know, I love Fresno State. I love the Bulldogs, and I love this job. I came here in December of '96 with Pat Hill. I was here for 13 seasons. I went away because Coach Hill went away, and then when I had the opportunity to come back, I was thankful to Coach Tedford, and then obviously Tim Skipper, and now Matt Enns. But probably contrary to other college coaches, I've only had basically 2 jobs for 27 years, and I love Fresno. This has been our home. This is where we raised our kids for the most part, and being great for the Bulldogs is something that works for us.
You often talk about what makes Fresno special is the people and the environment and the way people work here. What's your favorite part about it?
Well, I really believe that in all the years that we've been great, that we are a premier player development program. Because when you look at the non-BCS or the outside the Power 5, Power 4 schools, who's relevant every year in terms of attendance, who's relevant every year in terms of the NFL draft, it's Fresno State. And, our people are game changers. The San Joaquin Valley is the size of the state of Tennessee. We have no spillover marketing from the Bay Area or LA. We've got our own stations, our own networks. And, but the people are just incredible. Pat Hill always said it's like the Green Bay Packers of college football. We're a community-owned team. And, facilities are one thing, but people are another. Bricks and mortar don't win games. People win games. And that's what's great about being here and making our home here.
You talk about coming here to work with Pat Hill. This morning I saw Pat still hanging around you, giving you some advice. What does it mean to still know that he's around this program and still can offer that advice to you?
Well, not only seeing Pat here, but I think we have 500 former players that are within 45 minutes of campus. And seeing Coach Hill here, whose name is on the press box, and seeing all those players around all the time is once again the feeling of community that people get when they come here, especially as recruits. So, it's always special to see all these people we have relationships with.
What can you say about the way Matt Enns is kind of integrating into this community and this program and the way that things run here in Fresno?
I'll tell you, Coach Enns and all these coaches have done an incredible job of just embracing and becoming Bulldogs. And it's awesome because, when Coach Hill was here, we talked about tough, hard-nosed, aggressive, fundamental football with fanatical effort for as long as it takes to win and leave no doubt. And that's who Matt Enns is. He's a tremendous leader. He has tremendous presence in front of the team. He's very organized. He knows what he wants. And we got a bunch of coaches who are, qualified enough to execute that. And he's done an incredible job of embracing, our boosters and our supporters and our former players. And he's really driving that effort to continue to fulfill that network with our players.
You've got your kicker, Dylan Lynch, back for a 4th year. How have you seen Dylan grow this offseason?
Well, we always say that adversity introduces a man to himself. And, no player that's ever played any game has not experienced the high highs and the low lows, okay? And no different in his case. And the fact of the matter is our job as coaches is to teach, critique, and support these players, through all of it. Because your greatest growth comes sometimes from maybe your greatest defeat, your greatest setback. And some people say setbacks are just setups. But, there's all those nice phrases and things. But the bottom line is you come out here, you do the work, and, you remain supportive of each other, and you keep your belief. And I think it sets people on a good track in their life.
Losing Jalen Moss to the transfer portal, Magdalena to graduation, who can we see kind of step into that specialist role this year?
As far as the return game goes?
Returning, kick returns, punt returns, who can we see kind of getting that opportunity?
Well, I will have to tell you that it's a very hard answer right now. There is not really one guy that's proven, and of course, we've gotten a couple guys ourselves through the transfer portal and whatever. One thing is a given, and that's constant change. Okay, people come into a program, people leave a program. And the guys that are in the program right now, I know right now we had 8 of them that are all, working as returners. But being a kick returner is first taking care of the ball, because the ball is the team and the team is the ball, okay? And then being able to do something with it. And that's kind of something that's built over time. And I'm not trying to remain ambiguous for any other reason that we got like 8 guys that all got a chance to do this, and they're all in the hunt for it, and they all deserve the space to work and show what they can do.
What separates a guy? Protecting the ball?
Well, number one, you have to protect the ball, okay? And then number two, once you get the ball in your hands, then it's how savvy a runner are you, and how do you set your blocks and run off your blocks and all those kinds of things. But there's a number of skills involved, but like I said, if you got the ball, you got the team.
Final one from me, Coach. We saw, obviously, Nico Remigio on the biggest stage this year, which you and I talked about. What does it say to know that this program produces these specialists that have the ability to go on undrafted free agents and make the most of their opportunities at the highest levels?
We've been blessed here to have had head coaches that have really embraced winning in the kicking game as a weapon rather as a necessary evil. And, Nico and I have remained friends. We talked, through the season and the playoffs. Not shocking that when he got his opportunity, he did the most with it, but I'm also fortunate to say that as a coach, I've had 17 NFL kick returners, okay? And, it's one of 3 things. It's either the player, the system, or the coach. And I really believe that in our case, and we're a premier player development program, and I think we get good players, we develop them, in our system, and we're really proud of Nico and all the other guys that did it here.